I have on the telephone with us today my good friend, State Senator Al Norstrup. Al and I served in the State House together in the State Senate, and after I left, he decided that it was so much fun, he stayed. And I think, frankly, Senator Norstrup, that's a good thing for South Dakota. I'm glad you're there.
Much appreciated, Gordon. Thank you.
You know, one of the things I thought would be interesting for our listeners is to talk a little bit about the kind of health care coverage that you have been using personally over the last several years. You know, we talk about ObamaCare and whether the Democrats in Congress are even going to have their staff on it. You know, Senator Johnson has said, well, no, he's not going to put his staff on it. But as a state senator, I think you've been staunchly opposed to Obamacare. Am I right?
I would say staunch is too weak of a word as to my opposition.
All right. Well, just so we've got that on the record. Now, I'd like, if you would, to share with our listeners about an alternative to Obamacare that you have discovered that's been useful to you. And frankly, Al, I'm going to be looking at it as well.
I would be glad to share. There's Christian Sharing Ministries, and there's two major Christian Sharing Ministries. One is Samaritan Ministries, and the other one is called MediShare. And both of them can be Googled. So
we'll probably put their websites up on the screen for our viewers so they can access those sites.
Basically, it is approximately, and the numbers keep changing, approximately 30 to 50,000 Christians have gotten together and decided to do to share the medical bills of each other. So if a person was to have, say, $1 million heart attack, you divide that by 30 or 40,000 people, and it's doable and it's manageable. And so basically, it's a insurance company without the insurance company, because it's self-insurance among 30 to 50,000 Christians.
And what you're telling me, as you and I have visited in the past, is that 11 months out of the year, you send your check to someone that this ministry tells you, send your check this month to Gordon Howie or to some other person who has a medical need. Is that accurate?
It is. And then on the 12th month, we send it into the headquarters, and the headquarters does need some funding because they're the ones that coordinate the payments.
And Al, you and I have talked off camera about this, but share with our listeners, since you have been involved with this Christian sharing organization for your healthcare needs, how does the cost of your healthcare compare now versus when you were actually involved with an insurance policy?
And that's a great question, and the answer is we've gone from we're now spending 53 cents compared to $1 that we used to spend, and the best way to look at it is a total cost. In other words, before we'd add up our insurance payments, and then we'd also have some deductibles and some co-pays and that type of thing, and our total bill was running approximately $11,000 to $13,000 a year, and we're doing, like I say, 53 cents on the dollar right now.
That's been the case for, what, 2 years running now?
Correct.
Okay, so I think I hear you saying that from a personal perspective and from a financially responsible perspective that you'd recommend people look at these two ministries as an alternative to Obamacare.
Well, two things have happened for me. One is my premiums, which have gone down, and my quality of my deductibles, the amount that I actually pay for medical, has decreased also. So I've got a better plan for less money, which is why I've been able to accomplish 53 cents on the dollar.
Al, that's incredible information, and I think a lot of our viewers will be very appreciative of that information. Senator Al Norstrup online with us today, and Al, we'll be talking more, so our viewers will want to stay tuned for future segments.